watched this video at all, if you don't know anything that's happening in Nigeria between Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan and our Senate President Akpabio, this video is for you. I have compiled the whole video together so that if you have missed in any point in time, you can relate now and talk the story with somebody else, like you know what is happening, date and time, real date and time. That is why I didn't do this video for a very long time, because I was trying to gather enough information so that this video will be a long video that you can watch and understand every bit of what is happening. So if you're simply not obese, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, you really want what to do, put down your hand on that red button. Is free. Subscribe to this channel, share this video. Hey guys, if you don't know already, this video is long awaiting, but I didn't do it because I was waiting to gather this content together so that if you have missed what is happening, you sit down and watch the whole thing and be updated as at today. Do you understand? So in this video, probably by the thumbnail, you already know what we're going to talk about in this video. It's not other than Natasha Uduaghan and our Senate President Akpabio. Okay, I'm going to start this story from the beginning, and I'm going to put you guys through in every stage of this story so that you understand where we are. Okay, so Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan was born on December 9th, 1979. She's a Nigerian politician, a lawyer who serves as a member of the 10th Nigerian National Assembly representing Kogi Central Senatorial District since 2023. Okay, a member of People Democratic Party. She is first elected female senator in Kogi State. That is who Senator Natasha is. You have seen her picture here. She's very beautiful. I think she's a mixed person. Okay, if I've seen her from seeing her here, I think she's mixed. She's beautiful, and I think she said in the Senate there are 108 senators and just 4 are female. Okay, if you don't know, Nigeria is just this kind of country that feels that men are on the top and women are not doing enough. Yeah, somebody will come to the comment section and say I'm talking down on my country. No, I am not. I'm just telling you the way it is. So back to my video. And the Senator Akpabio is the Senate President of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Senate President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, making him the 3rd man in Nigeria. That is after the president and the vice president. He is the 3rd man in the country. Okay, so this issue all started when they told Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan to change her seat where she's sitting in the Senate House. According to what they said, the where you sit represents the kind of position you are. Some people that have been there for a very long time, that have served several tenures in the Senate, sit in the front, and you know, accordingly you sit the way you're supposed to sit. But that seat she's sitting is the place she has been sitting for a very long time, and that morning she came, they asked her to move. Okay, and she was like, why is she supposed to move? That she's not moving and that she's going to remain here. Okay, possibly because things have been going on, of course, bottled, you know, antagonizing. This person is trying to bully me because I refuse to do this and do that. Let me play the video so you guys will see.
President, distinguished colleagues, I'm Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, and I stand to raise a petition under Order 40. A petition may only be presented to the Senate by a senator who shall affix his or her name at the beginning thereof. The petition is in my name against the President of the Nigerian Senate, His Excellency Senator Godswill Akpabio, for sexual harassment, abuse of office, and malicious obstruction of my legislative functions. You may recall, sir, that on Friday in Arise TV, I did make some statements. And I have decided to narrow these statements in a formal petition against the President of this Senate. So if it may please you, I would humbly step forward and lay this petition.
You may proceed. Distinguished colleagues, this petition is hereby referred to the Committee on Code of Conduct, Ethics and Public Petitions to revert to the Senate as soon as practicable.
Petition.
Any other petition? Yes.
This is where she was fighting her rights, that they asked her to move and she refused to move because of this, because of that. And different channels started to invite her to know the reason why she would have acted that way. And before she even came, we've already started saying that for this one to behave this way, that we think that this man allegedly is giving her some, all this sexual, that kind of thing. And maybe she has refused him in so many ways. And that could be probably the reason why he is, treating her that way, even before she came out to talk. So she gave Arise News, Arise News gave her invitation, or she called them for Arise News, and that was where she came and blew the fact that Senator Akpabio, Senate President Akpabio, allegedly is what is giving her has come up to check her on so many occasions, and that she refused. And this is the reason why they took her seat to another seat. If we check,
but that's what I'm about to explain that.
Yes.
Yes. So many people do not know what I'm about to say, but I'm going to speak my own truth, and the Senate President is allowed to counter that. It all started on the 8th of December, 2023, which was a day before his birthday and my birthday. We are birthday mates. We were all in Akwa because he had a big fanfare in the stadium. Myself, my husband, and a few of his close friends, we went to Akwa. And at first, we were at Ikot Ekpene. We were in his house in Ikot Ekpene. Then we all moved to his house in Uyo, which was about 8 p.m. And he held my hand and said he wanted to show me around his house. My husband was walking behind us. Just three of us were walking around from room to room. He showed me the beautiful interior. This was done by this, by that, this designer here, he bought this from us. Like, oh, it's beautiful. And then I noticed that he hastened his pace while still holding my hand. And my husband was behind, still on his phone, but he was catching up whenever he could. And then he got to this particular sitting room, and he said, "Do you like my house?" I said, "Of course, sir. Every room, beautiful, nice interior, quality taste." He said, "Now that you're a senator, I'm going to create a time for us to come spend quality moments here. You will enjoy it." At that point, I just pulled away and I was like, I don't really understand what exactly that meant. But then my husband now, when I turned around, I saw my husband was already near me. And the way my husband looked at me and looked at him, I was beginning to wonder, did he hear part of that inciting statements or not? And then the Senate President too, I saw that he also had that thought, like, did my husband hear the invitation to treat or not? So then the Senate President now said, "Oh, by the way, let me show you my chapel." He has a chapel in his house as well. So while we were going to the chapel, we walked in silence and all. So that evening, before we left the Senate President's house at about 11 midnight to the 4 Points in Ikot Ekpene. And my husband asked me, "Natasha, what did the Senate President whisper to you? What's he telling you?" I thought, should I tell him that he was speaking about bringing me in here at a special time for us to have a good time? Or should I just wrap it as if there was nothing? Because tomorrow was a big day. I know how much my husband adores the Senate President. He loves him as a brother. My husband would do anything to support him. So I told my husband, nothing. I can't remember what I created, but I just gave him some words to manage, to mask what was said. When we laid in bed, I looked to my right and my husband wrapped his arms around me and he said, "My love, you can't tell me anything. What did the Senate President tell you?" Again, I was like, "Don't you believe me?" I said, "Nothing. Nothing. Moreover, it's my birthday in a few minutes. Let's just be happy." Then my husband told me he doesn't want to see me travel out of the country alone, and I should not go to the Senate President's house because he has a guest house where many senators do go there, after office to get approvals and all that. So I told him, okay, no problems. That was it. I thought that was going to be the end. But then, in February, I wanted to move a motion. I wanted to move a motion for the investigation on the ills of a corrupt practice in Ajaokuta Steel Company. I listed that motion 5 times. It was the 6th time that it was listed on the order paper that was approved. Many senators can testify to that. Each time the motion is listed, just before he takes it, he will say, oh, Senator Natasha, we can't take this motion because the board of the Senate does not accommodate it. Or he will speak on others and then let it drag so that just before my motion is taken, the time will be well spent. So he kept on doing that. I went to him in his office. And I said, Senate President, you know how important this Ajaokuta Steel Company to me is. You know how important it is to my people and to Nigerians. I've noticed that you have stepped down this motion. As a matter of fact, a number of senators told me, go and see him and plead with him so that he would take it. I was like, sir, please, why can't you take this motion? It's very important. It's been listed. Then it was listed the 3rd time I stepped down. He then said, Natasha, I'm the chief presiding officer of the Senate. You can enjoy a whole lot if you take care of me and make me happy. At that point, I said, sir, I'll pretend that I didn't hear this. He said, well, the ball is in your court. I left his office, and when I got home, I told my husband, I didn't tell my husband what happened. I just told my husband, please, can you speak to the Senate President to allow my motion scale through? I think I also spoke to the DSP, to the leader, Senator Pemi. I spoke to a number of senators that they should please intervene and allow him to. I never told them what happened. My husband had to take a trip to London. Then the Senate President traveled to London. My husband met with the Senate President in London and pleaded with him. Let my wife take this motion on Ajaokuta. That is very important to her.
Okay. All right, Senator Natasha.
Said, okay, that he did not take it because he was protecting me. Hold on, please. He didn't take it because he was protecting me. Protecting me from what? Anyway, at the time my demotion was taken, it was the Deputy Senate President, His Excellency Barao, that actually sat. The Senate President stood up and walked out. So it was Senator Barao that actually took it.
All right, Senator Natasha.
And from there, many other incidents happened.
Yes, Senator
Let's
Natasha.
talk about the nightclub.
Yes.
Hold on, let's talk about the nightclub incident.
Professor Kila is going to ask you a question. I'm so sorry to have to interject here. But I just want to mention that, and I'm glad you gave the caveat at the beginning of your statement, that this is your side of the story and the Senate President has the right to defend himself or to counter what happened between you privately. So what I assume, or for what you're saying, is that what happened last week Thursday began from a private conversation, and then you have felt like you've been maligned as a result of you not agreeing to certain propositions, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what
has happened?
Yeah,
you know the story of when a student keeps being failed.
Yes.
Please, let me say this, Ayo. You know the situation we see in universities whereby a student is continuously being failed just because she has not kept with the lecturer. That's what I've been facing, in simple terms.
It is quite understanding. See, let me tell you, if you have not worked in working environment in my country, you will not understand. If you're a fine girl in working environment in my country, you will be very, very uncomfortable. People give you several advances that sometimes some people lose their job, sometimes some people give in because they don't want to lose their job. You know, different things happen. So we already know that this kind of thing. And mind you, this Senate President allegedly has had issue, somebody coming up online again to say, you checked me, you did this, you did that. So when this one came up again, we were like, Omo, guy, cool down now, waiting. So after this turn, immediately after then, the wife of the Senate President, Akpabio, came online to come and tell us that this is the way the husband is, that his husband is a bit flirty.
Unfortunate accusation, I'll rather call it unfortunate, is very demeaning because that is a family. We knew the husband before the husband married her. We've always known the man. They were very good friends, or they are still very good friends. So I really don't understand where this is coming from. And I believe that for somebody to go and make such an allegation, there must be a discussion at home. There must have been a sanction or an approval. Oh, you're going to say this, go ahead and say it. And if the approval has come from the husband, our friend, I believe that he would have spoken to me because we are close. And then if the wife had complained about such a thing, and he still comes, and he's normal, there is no man you will tell, oh, that the wife will tell, oh, it's your friend asked me. I know how you men behave, that will not frown. First of all, the attitude towards the person will change. But this attitude never changed. And if you're talking about the house, we don't have any house in Ikorebene. Ikorebene is a local government. We are from a Senudim local government. Our country home is in a Senudim, in Okana. And I didn't hear anything about Okana. We have a beautiful home in Okana. If you're talking about Uyo, house in Uyo, I'm always there. I own a school. I'm always in my school. And when I finish at the school, I go home. So the home you are talking about, I'm always there. The Senate president is a very, very responsible man and disciplined. As a governor, the number of women we had then in government, I don't think any government has had that number of women. So in Akwa Ibom, when he was a governor, a lot of women were involved in governance. And none of them, not one, ever said something like this. In the past, we've allowed people to get away with a lot of things. And he will always tell me, if you can't stand the heat, leave the kitchen. I'm here to serve my people. They will throw mud at me. I said, but this mud is becoming too much. Why can't you do something? So I'm now the one going for a legal address.
Kind of, not she didn't use the word flirty, but what she's trying to tell us is that the husband uses such words on women, and that doesn't mean that he's interested in you, and that doesn't mean that he's striking you. Can you imagine? This is what she said. See, I don't know. I told people, do not come for that woman. If I want to think critically, I'm going to tell you that that woman has no other choice than to say that thing she said. Probably the husband has even told her, if you don't go and defend me, and this thing gets to this stage, maybe we're going to end this marriage, or maybe you won't find it funny with me. Trust me, you could have gone to that stage. Because let me tell you, every woman knows his or her husband. That woman knows the kind of person the husband is. Trust me, she knows, and she knows there is something fishy on that, but it's not what she will come and start saying. So after she said it, after she said this, okay, some women came out to come and do some riots and say, Akpabio did this one, don't insult Akpabio, do not, so we said that this could be arranged, okay, and we know anything can happen. Give them small money, they will sell their dignity, and they will do all sorts of things. So after some of these women has come up to put up some things that they put up, some peaceful protests that they put up, Akpabio came online, because we have been waiting for Senator Akpabio to come and tell us what is happening. Is this true or is this false? So he came online and said,
have you ever wondered, did you take stock when you were with me? When you came to see me with your women leaders, did you ask me, when did this issue happen? It's only yesterday that I realized that what we are talking about happened only after the change of seats in the Senate. That is when hell was let loose, and all sorts of allegations came up. Only after the change of seat in the Senate and change of the committee, which my senators know happen from time to time. And said to have happened on the 8th of December, a day to my birthday, which was celebrated in the stadium in 2023.
So that the Senate are still arranging that they are going to sanction her for actually not keeping to the rules and regulations. Now they have left the fact that she is complaining that she was sexually harassed. Okay, now they want to put it in another way, now that she did not obey the rules and regulation in the Senate. Do you understand where they're going to? And they probed her, and then she submitted her complaints. After submitting her complaints, the thing that amazed me in this whole issue is that the person they are allegedly accusing is the same person that was holding the the order for this.
It's also important for the public to know that whatever decision we arrive at here is unanimous. And I recall the last decision we took, and which concerned one of our sisters here, the senior Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. I'm also aware that when she left the chambers, she went to Brekete Radio, wishes to announce that he's been inundated with calls since the 28th day of February 2025 over some spurious allegations making the rounds in the social media and on television.
I don't understand. The same person that they're accusing was the same person also that is holding the judgment for this lady. Please, if you're in her shoe, who will you support? So they came up with another Senate president, which was formerly serving in the US as a lawyer, as I heard, allegedly had an issues and came back to Nigeria, dumped place, and they gave him Senate for ethnics, blah 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 blah. Was the person that read out Senator Natasha Akpoti's punishment. So after he finished reading it, Senator Akpabio came and ruled. If anybody is against, say yeah. If anybody's not, say nay and every other thing. And the people said they are in support of the whole thing, and they gave her 6 months suspension with no benefit, no salary, no guard.
That the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan for 6 months
for her after
for her total violation of the Senate standing rules
committee has
2023 as amended, for
she came to the microphone and she told them that
injustice will not be sustained.
In general,
the pursuit for justice.
2, that for the Senate to consider lifting the suspension or to reduce the tenure.
Bravely, she told them that, and she said this injustice will not be sustained, and they even came up to collect the whatever from her. Like, the audacity, I don't understand. And after this happened, the next thing that happened was group of women that were doing peaceful protests that should be followed. Senator Akpabio cannot be judged over his own case. He should be bold enough to go and answer to the petition that is alleged against him. Enough of sexual harassment before leadership position can be attained. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Has been suspended for 6 months just because they said she was arrogant, just because they said she was rude, just because they said she shouldn't have said what she said when she said it. But the fact remains, he said what happened to her. It is not about Natasha, it is about Natasha's gender. We are women. You are Natasha. We are Natasha. We are Natasha. I am Natasha. We are Natasha. Is it a crime to be a woman? Is it a crime to be a woman? Is it a crime for a woman to be a leader? People doing peaceful protests or whatever you can call it, okay? And also this was when Natasha's constituency people came out to protest for her, that they are holding their person and she hasn't done anything and so on. And so come and say some things that why will he be chasing Senator Natasha, that is the wife of the very good friend of his.
I only have my wife, my children to contend with. Because even the senator we are discussing is the wife of my very close friend and brother. So I thought. On the day of our marriage, I slept in Kogi, in her house. The next day, I ran to Ubajana Airport. I missed my flight because the plane could not land since there are no light. So I ended up sleeping at Dangote Cement Factory with 9 people. So I spent 3 days. Please, give me a chance to say something. Even when Senator Webwe attempted to say that he was present in the same car, the social media said he was lying. But you see, we have been taken to the floor. We have been dragged to the floor. I have a responsibility. If you look at the rules of the Senate, I don't only interpret the rule, but the rule
that he knew when they went for their traditional marriage, he slept in Dangote's warehouse, whatever he said, which you guys have just watched, just to justify whatever he did. And our humble, beautiful Obi Ezekwesili brought to this and said, this is the voice there. She's not coming back to senator. Wonderful. When men, because of little power, flirting, acquire, start speaking like they are God, okay? She was totally against this, and she was hailing Senator Natasha Akpoti for taking up that brave step, okay? See guys, we're still coming to the end of this video where we'll dissect this whole thing. I'm just going to tell you, put the round of everything that happened. Another senator came out to say something that actually I think that every other person knows in that Senate, but nobody wants to come and talk. Nobody wants to be pointed at. Nobody wants to start sitting at the back bench.
The female senators did not look at themselves as if they were inferior to men. They were even up to, if you even mention that Itagiwa is a woman, the response you are going to get will make you ashamed of yourself because they will stand up to you. So, but the beauty of distinguished Senator Natasha is a problem to her.
How can beauty be a problem?
You know, men, when somebody who is pretty passes by you, your attitude will change. You can smile, you can wink, but you may not talk to her. But her beauty is a problem. There's no doubt about that.
How is it a problem, sir?
That's the question.
Why should her beauty be a problem?
To men, when she's passing, there's no way a man will not look at that woman.
No, their job is to go and make laws for the good governance of Nigeria.
Not
to look at beautiful women.
No, it is a natural thing for a man to look at beautiful women. How can you be a man and a beautiful woman is passing and you close your eyes?
I think I have to see my optician. These my glasses may not be working very well. Because
it is inbuilt.
I see beautiful women every day.
Is that not misogynistic in its?
But this senator bravely said that what happened is possible to have happened because Senator Natasha is a beautiful lady. Even after this whole thing happened, the organized international women's, they threw Akpabio and gave gifts to him. You know, they were just doing anyhow. Even right from when we think that whole thing has ended, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan took the whole thing to UN to go and complain to them what they did to her in her country, Nigeria.
I come with a heavy heart from Nigeria, but first I'd like to apologize to Honorable Kafila Obara. I am not here to bring shame to our country. I'm here to seek help for the women of Nigeria. Again, my name is Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. 5 days ago, on the 6th of March 2025, I was suspended. As a senator, I was suspended illegally because I submitted a petition of sexual harassment against the President of the Nigerian Senate, Senator Akpabio. I thought that by submitting the petition, he would recuse himself, and both of us will submit ourselves to the Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petition for a fair and transparent investigation. But unfortunately, I was silenced and I was suspended. I was suspended for 6 months, amongst many other stringent conditions, such as taking away my security, taking away all the officials, vehicles, and other items that were handed over to me as a senator. My salaries will be cut off. I must not appear anywhere near the National Assembly. And for 6 months, I'm not to introduce myself or present myself as a senator locally in Nigeria or internationally. That means I'm here illegally. But I have no other place to go but to come here and speak to you women. Because this is a bigger picture. This is a bigger picture. It depicts the crisis of women political representation. My suspension is not just about me. It's about the systemic exclusion of women from political leadership in Nigeria. Women make up 3.6% of political offices. And in the Senate, it's just 2.8. We have 109 men and only 4 of us are women. So right now, it's 108 with only 3 women. This is a clear case of political victimization, punishment for speaking out against impunity, corruption, and gender-based violence. The United Nations Declaration 48/104 declares sexual harassment as a form of gender violence. The Senate's actions are an assault on democracy. I was elected by my constituents to represent them. Yet a few powerful men have unilaterally decided to silence their voices by suspending me for 6 months. My call for an open and transparent investigation into harassment allegations have been met with hostility instead of accountability. If a female senator can be treated this way in the full view of the world, imagine what ordinary Nigerian women would go through every day in workplaces, in universities.
Okay, and she specifically said there that she cannot apologize because one of the meetings that the Senate had, they were indirectly saying if that she wants peace to reign, that she should just come back and apologize and say things back. And she mentioned this in the UN when she went to go and meet them, that she is not going to apologize for no reason because she had not done anything, because she said her piece and she said the way she felt. And every other senators, things that have happened in that Senate, people have fought, people have argued, people have done things that have done in that Senate, and they were still given a second chance. Why is it now she that she's saying that she was sexually harassed, she's speaking her mind, and they are telling her that they are giving her suspension for misconduct that other people have done? And in the section blah 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 of their senator blah blah blah, you can stand up and say some things when you are being spoken to in a way you don't want. You can stand up and speak, you know.
There is a petition under Order 40. A petition may only be presented to the Senate,
but her own is treated differently, and according to her, they are doing this way because they want to silence her, and that she has refused to be silenced. Okay, you know, the women group apologizes to Senate over Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan behavior. So guys, that is it apparently as at now. I'm also going to post very soon very dark man's say in this. So guys, let's dissect this video right now. I have put this video in such a way that if you have missed out on a lot, you're going to understand what is going on right now, even though this video is long. Okay, I don't know possibly if there is any information I have missed out to tell you guys, but I'm sure I try to put it one way or the other, which you guys are going to watch the video. So let's just go back to a little bit of this story. Okay, so the overall of this story is that they are trying to, you know, shut her mouth, that she will not say more. Okay, they're trying to shut her mouth that she's not going to say more, and she refused. She's a strong woman. Even there's a video I watched where they asked her, are you scared about your life in this whole thing? And she said yes, that she's scared, that sometimes when she's going to walk with her small baby, that she's scared because she doesn't know if somebody's going to come and carry her, if somebody's going to buy her, somebody's going to buy her and all that. So she's a bit scared as well. See, guys, I don't know when this is going to end in my country, where the women will start speaking up very well. They have 108 senators and 4 are only women. And these 4 that are women, 1 is out, it means 3 are only women. And they also asked her, has other things, advancement, sexual harassment been going on that you didn't mention? And she said so many other things. And the lady said, when you said it, what the other senators said there, they mentioned, they caricatured the whole issue, and she just kept quiet. See, I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. My country is very corrupt to the extent that you're looking at the truth, but you can't do anything. Tell me why it's allegedly someone that said that sexually harassed somebody is also the person that gave judgment on the person's case. Tell me who does that. Tell me who does that. No, only my country can do that. 2 people are in issue. It's only 1 person that went on suspension. Right now, we have such problem again. The governor of Rivers State and the Minister of Finance, as the Minister of Abuja, whatever, Wike and Fubara. 2 people in problem. It's the only one that went home. Also, that one that went home is also on 6 months suspension. So Natasha is not only fighting for herself right now, according to her, because of course, the way this thing is going, she knows she's not going to apologize. So there is 100% possibility that she's not even coming back, and she's not even interested to come back anymore. Do you understand? So she knows all these things. Do you get me? But the thing that I'm trying to relate in this video is that she has brought herself out to say, I am going to fight for injustice. See, every country experienced this. If we don't fight it, it's going to remain this way. Even the current country, they experienced this as well, and they had a group of people, realist men, that came and fought all these things for them. We still need to fight. We have not gotten to that stage we're supposed to get in Nigeria, where they think they can sexually harass you and you don't have to talk because you're a woman. You have to digest it, you have to swallow it because you're a woman. It's very annoying, it's very disgusting. But what are we going to do? If she can stand, see, 1 person can't even fight corruption. You can see how the whole women drew back. Even it surprised myself that our president's wife even came and said the things she said without even looking back. No women supporting women. If you see the things she said, I'm going to post it here. There is no way she even helped to put a little bit of, try to be a little bit logic in the whole thing. She said it outrightly, like, this lady, blah, 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 blah. And that is also the way the husband felt. Okay, for her to come out and say it, she's, that is also the way the husband felt. So it's very annoying, the stage that we have gotten into right now in the women aspect, and the way the whole country is in general, that when you come out to speak the truth, or when you come out to speak yourself, the thing is that they won't even talk to you. They'll just judgely be doing what they are doing. Like, they'll just do as if they don't know you even existing, and be judgely be doing what they are doing. What is happening? Is it fair? It's not fair. Why can't they just leave? She's not even supposed to be on suspension, mind you, because things have happened in this Senate that is even worse than what is happening right now, but they still suspended her. That is because they're trying to what? They're trying to close her mouth. Do you get me? So it is what it is. I don't even know where I'm getting at in this video. But I hope that you guys have understood everything. If you've not watched this video at all, if you don't know anything that's happening in Nigeria between Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan and our Senate President Akpabio, this video is for you. I have compiled the whole video together so that if you have missed in any point in time, you can relate now and talk the story with somebody else, like you know what is happening, date and time, real date and time. That is why I didn't do this video for a very long time, because I was trying to gather enough information so that this video will be a long video that you can watch and understand every bit of what is happening. So if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please kindly do so. This video was put in so much effort in. Subscribe if you're yet to subscribe. Share this video as well, and I'll see you sooner than later. Do have a wonderful day. Bye.